Oedipus Rex, written by Sophocles around 429 BCE, is a classic Greek tragedy. Set in Thebes, it explores themes of fate, free will, and the consequences of hubris. The play is part of a trilogy, but only Oedipus Rex survives in its entirety. The cultural context of ancient Greece influenced the play, as it was performed during religious festivals honoring Dionysus. Greek tragedies often dealt with moral and existential dilemmas, reflecting the philosophical and ethical concerns of the time. The story is based on the myth of Oedipus, a king destined to kill his father and marry his mother, fulfilling a prophecy. This tragic narrative is rooted in Greek mythology and highlights the inevitable clash between human ambition and the divine order. Fate versus free will. The play grapples with the tension between predetermined fate and individual free will. Oedipus unknowingly fulfills a prophecy, raising questions about the extent to which individuals can control their destinies. Hubris and pride. Oedipus's tragic flaw is his pride and arrogance. His relentless pursuit of the truth, driven by hubris, leads to his downfall. The play serves as a cautionary tale about the dangers of excessive pride, blindness and sight. Symbolism of sight and blindness is recurrent. Oedipus, initially praised for his insight, becomes metaphorically blind to the truth. Tiresias, a blind prophet, ironically sees the reality. This theme explores the dichotomy between physical sight and true understanding. The limits of knowledge. Oedipus, despite his intelligence, is ignorant of his own identity and the consequences of his actions. The play delves into the limitations of human knowledge and the potential consequences of seeking absolute truth. The power of prophecy. The play raises questions about the role and influence of prophecy, despite attempts to defy or escape the foretold future. The prophecy ultimately comes to pass, emphasizing the inexorable power of fate. Oedipus, the protagonist and tragic hero. Oedipus is a noble and well-intentioned king who becomes the unwitting perpetrator of the prophecy. His journey unfolds as he seeks to unravel the truth about his origins, leading to his tragic downfall. Jocasta, Oedipus's wife and mother. Initially supportive and protective, Jocasta's character becomes central to the unfolding tragedy as the truth about Oedipus's parentage is revealed. Creon, Jocasta's brother and Oedipus's brother-in-law. Creon serves as a foil to Oedipus, providing a contrast in character. He is rational and level-headed, in contrast to Oedipus's impulsiveness. Tiresias, the blind prophet. Tiresias plays a crucial role in revealing the truth to Oedipus. His blindness serves as a metaphorical contrast to Oedipus's figurative blindness to the truth. The chorus, a collective voice representing the citizens of Thebes. The chorus provides commentary, reflects the public opinion, and interacts with the characters, contributing to the overall atmosphere and theme of the play. The Sphinx, a mythical creature with the head of a woman and the body of a lion. The Sphinx is a symbol of the riddle that Oedipus solves to become the king of Thebes. It represents the enigma of fate and the challenges that individuals face in understanding their destinies. Oedipus's swollen foot. Oedipus's name means swollen foot, reflecting the injury he suffered as a child when his ankles were pierced and bound. This injury symbolizes the attempt to escape fate. However, it also becomes a literal mark that leads to the revelation of his true identity. Sight and blindness. The motif of sight and blindness is symbolic throughout the play. Oedipus, who is physically sighted, becomes metaphorically blind to the truth. Tiresias, the blind prophet, sees the reality. This symbolism underscores the theme of insight versus ignorance. Light and darkness. The play often uses light and darkness as symbols. Oedipus is hailed as the light of Thebes, but as he discovers the truth, he plunges into a metaphorical darkness. This symbolizes the transition from clarity to obscurity. The crossroads, the place where King Laius was killed, becomes a symbol of fate and the choices individuals make. Oedipus unknowingly fulfills the prophecy at this crossroads, emphasizing the pivotal moments that shape destiny. The title Oedipus Rex is justified by its focus on the central character, Oedipus, and the unfolding of his tragic fate. Oedipus refers to the protagonist, while Rex is Latin for king. Emphasizing his royal status, the title not only identifies the main character, but also alludes to his role as the king of Thebes. Additionally, the use of Rex hints at the play's classical origins, as it draws from Latin, a language associated with ancient Rome. This choice contributes to the sense of timelessness and classical tradition that surrounds Greek tragedies. The role of fate is a central and unavoidable theme in Oedipus Rex, professionally in the play. It is prophesied that Oedipus will kill his father and marry his mother. This prophecy sets the stage for the entire narrative, and despite Oedipus's attempts to defy it, the prophecy ultimately comes true. Irony. There is dramatic irony in the play, as the audience knows the prophecy's details, while Oedipus remains ignorant. This creates a sense of inevitability, as viewers are aware of the tragic outcome that Oedipus is unwittingly moving towards. Oedipus's actions, paradoxically, Oedipus's efforts to escape his fate lead him directly to it. His decision to leave Corinth, his confrontation with Laius at the crossroads, and his relentless pursuit of the truth all contribute to the fulfillment of the prophecy. Symbolism. Symbolic elements, such as Oedipus's swollen foot from which he gets his name and the crossroads, where King Laius was killed, reinforce the idea that certain events are destined to occur, regardless of conscious human decisions. Tiresias's prophecies. The blind prophet Tiresias, who has insight into the divine, warns Oedipus about the futility of resisting fate. Despite Tiresias's reluctance to reveal the truth, Oedipus insists on knowing, and in doing so, he seals his tragic destiny. The play explores the tension between individual agency and the inexorable force of fate. Oedipus, despite his intelligence and good intentions, cannot escape the predetermined course of events. The tragic irony lies in his realization that his attempts to avoid his fate have, in fact, been the means by which it is fulfilled. Oedipus Rex serves as a powerful exploration of the limits of human free will in the face of a preordained destiny. Oedipus Rex is a classic example of Greek tragedy. Adhering to Aristotle's principles of tragedy, as outlined in his work Poetics, several elements in the play contribute to its classification as a tragedy. Tragic hero. Oedipus fits the definition of a tragic hero. He is a person of noble birth and possesses admirable qualities, such as intelligence and determination. However, he also has a tragic flaw, or hamartia in his case: excessive pride and hubris. His downfall is a result of this flaw. Tragic flaw. Oedipus's tragic flaw is his pride and his belief in his ability to control his destiny. This hubris leads him to investigate his past and seek the truth, which, ironically, brings about the fulfillment of the prophecy he tries to avoid. Reversal of fortune. Peripeteia. The play involves a drastic reversal of Oedipus's fortune. Initially, he is a respected and prosperous king, but as he uncovers the truth, he experiences a rapid and dramatic fall from grace. Recognition and agnoresis. Oedipus undergoes a moment of recognition or self-discovery when he realizes the true nature of his identity and the consequences of his actions. He experiences a profound and tragic understanding of his situation. Catharsis. The audience experiences catharsis, a purging of emotions, as they witness Oedipus's tragic journey. The play elicits pity and fear as the audience empathizes with the downfall of a once great king. Fate and determinism. The play explores the theme of fate and the idea that certain events are predetermined. Despite Oedipus's efforts to alter his destiny, he cannot escape the inevitable, reinforcing the tragic nature of his story. Suffering. Oedipus's suffering is intense and evokes a deep emotional response from the audience. The tragic hero's suffering is a key element in classical Greek tragedy, emphasizing the consequences of human actions.